Hello to all of you. Today, now we will be starting the topic we have left earlier or day before yesterday. We will be completing it now. So, we was discussing about phylogenetic system of classification. Phylum means the classification based on genetics, means the organisms which are genetically linked to each other, even if they are living on a different continent or on different country maybe, but they are genetically identical to each other. For example, cats and lions are belongs to cat family. They have certain genetic similarity in themselves. So this classification was based on genetic relationship and as well as evolution also. On basis of evolution means the earlier around 10 to 40,000 years before, the organism which are present nowadays are evolved from which organisms. For example, we are evolved from monkeys. We our close related monkey is rhesus monkey, which belongs to a gorilla family. So we are very genetically similar to those kinds of monkey. So they are based on evolution and genetic relationship among organism. It was proposed by Adolf Engler, but today it is seen as a group of, but it was not a nearly and very easily accomplished system. Why? Because today common ancestry are found in many type of organisms. Means a single group of organisms can have a single ancestors can now have many related progenies. So this was not a very basic or very accepted form of system. Last and least was phonetic system. Phonetic system was similarity based on evolution only. Means the type of organism that are evolved during the period, over the period of time to today's generations. It was basically and majorly based on evolution only. This was the type of classification which are based on. Now let us discuss the type of classification of organisms on the basis of their characters and how they are classified. First of all, when the study of organism was started, the two kingdom classification was started. It was given by Aristotle. Aristotle was father of botany, and yes, Aristotle was father of zoology. Sorry, Aristotle was father of zoology, and it gave two kingdoms, that is plant and animals only. He classified two genera only, that is only plant and animals. But when biology or advanced science developed, then they discussed that how there are many different type of organisms are also present in our earth. So some certain new scientists started discovering those organisms. Among those was Ernest Haeckel. He then gave three kingdom classification. He started studying a microorganism that are mainly single cell organisms and are competent in their own. For example, they are single celled, but they can do almost everything that a human being can do. They respire, they excrete, they digest food. So single cell organisms were also a category of organisms that was not made earlier before it. So Ernest Haeckel made this new category naming Protista. In this Protista, he kept microbes which were discovered earlier by Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Anton von Leeuwenhoek, who was father of microbiology, the Ernest Haeckel gave the new kingdom, that is Protista, and he kept single celled organism and bacteria in that kingdom. He named it Protista. Why? Because pro means earlier and testa means primordial, means the organism that came first on our earth. which means when our earth started to cool down after the Big Bang theory, then in the cooling down process, the first organism that appeared on our earth was a single celled blue green algae. So he named the kingdom Protista, which means primordial, or the first of all the primordials, which means the first organism that came on our earth. After that, after certain studies, some scientists discovered that apart from these three kingdoms, there are other organisms also that were not considered, or that were not kept in a group. So a scientist named Edmund Cheddar gave four kingdom classification. In four kingdom classification, he separated single celled organism into two parts, that is prokaryotic and eukaryotic, which means prokaryotic are only single celled organisms, that were only single celled, but in eukaryotes there were single cell as well as multi-celled also. These group contain certain organisms that were multicellular in organization. He divided these two because on basis of lack of nuclei. Firstly, the single cell organism do not have nucleus, but in eukaryotes, even though certain were single celled, but they have nuclei. That's why some of the single celled are kept in eukaryotes. Why? Because they contain nucleus. But in prokaryotes, all of the single cell do not contain nucleus. So it was the major part that was able to distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. But later, a biologist named Copeland has combined these two kingdoms into kingdom Monera. Later, he combined these two into a single group that is called as kingdom Monera. But the difference always exists, that is prokaryote and eukaryote. So till now we have seen that the kingdoms were described or distinguished into four kingdoms. That is, first was kingdom Plantae, that contained plants. Second was kingdom Animalia, that contained animals. Third was kingdom Protista, that contains only bacteria. Then the fourth one was kingdom Monera, which contained single cell as well as multicellular organisms. It was also scientifically proved, but a certain amount of lacking were still there. So after some time, 5 kingdom classification was adapted, and it is the worldwide most accepted form of classification that is accepted till now also. On this basis of classification, it is now also worked by scientists on this classification only. It was given by Whittaker, R.H. Whittaker. He gave 5 kingdoms, mainly Monera, which contains single celled organisms only. Second, he gave Protista, which contains single cell as well as multicellular also. Then contains kingdom Fungi, then Plantae, and then Animalia. He added a kingdom, that is Fungi. Kingdom Fungi. Kingdom Fungi is mainly a group that was not acknowledged by any other scientist. Why? Because fungi were altogether a different form of organisms, as they do not make their own food. They are heterotrophs. They do not make their own foods. They are heterotrophs. Okay, and they are saprophytes. That is, they depend on dead and decaying for their need of nutrition. Other than it, they are non-motile. They generate on a fixed amount of rocks or in tree branches or on damp soil, etc. Kingdom Fungi also contains cell wall that is made up of chitin. The cell wall is made up of chitin. Then after sometimes after that, kingdom Fungi was also named after that the different type of their structure and how they reproduce. So he added a new kingdom that is mainly fungi. He classified this kingdom on basis of these few categories, mainly complexity of cell. Means, for example, the cell is a single cell or a multicellular organism. Means Monera is a single cell. Okay, Protista may be single cell or multicellular. Fungi, they are multicellular. Plantae, they are multicellular, and Animalia, that are multicellular. As we all know, all animals are multicellular organisms. Complexity of organisms means that they are single celled, double celled, or they have made. For example, a single cell organism is very simple organism. They do not have any type of complexity. But a multicellular organism is complex in nature. For example, in human, we have well-developed circulatory system, a well-developed digestive system. That is complexity of organisms. Okay. Monera are a single-celled. Protista, they are also single-celled. Fungi, they are multicellular. Plantae, they are multicellular. As plantae contain respiratory system, their water vascular system, their movement system, everything like that. Cell wall. Monera cell wall were made up of CGP. Okay, because they contain mainly bacteria. Then Protista, they also have cell wall. Fungi, they also have cell wall. Their cell wall is made up of chitin. Then Plantae, they also have cell wall. Their cell wall is made up of cellulose. And Animalia, animals do not have cell wall. Animals only have cell membrane. In this, only Animalia is a single organism that do not have a cell wall. Nutrition. Monerans are partly they are heterotrophs, partly they are autotrophs. So they are heterotrophs. Protista, they are heterotrophs. Then fungi, they are heterotrophs. Then after that came Plantae autotrophs. We all know that plant produce food. Then Animalia, we all know that all the animals derive their food from plants. Their mode of nutrition. Monera's mode of nutrition is they are saprophytes. Then Protista, they are also saprophytes. Then fungi, they are also saprophytes. Plantae, they are autotrophs. And animals, they are heterotrophs. Okay. Motility. Moneras are non-motile, they do not move. Heterotrophs also non-motile. Fungi, they are non-motile, they are fixed on one place. Plants also non-motile, they are fixed on one place. But animals, they are motile, they move from one place to another. So basic is that the 5 kingdom classification based on these few categories, but they are till now the study is based on this type of classification only. It is the most accepted and worldwide form of classification. So thank you. The chapter of biological classification is completed now. Then in the next class we will be starting our new form, that is Protista. We will be studying Protista now. The different type of Protista, what are their structural and their nutritional value, and everything about Protista. So let's meet in our next class.